Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you for the panel. This was very interesting. It's the end of the session. This would have been more interesting perhaps a little earlier because some of the subjects we've gotten into have been particularly beneficial. I have a series of questions. After waiting an hour and a half, my question was just asked by my predecessor, whoever. Because I want to get into the geopolitical aspect of it. So having said that, I think you've answered it in some respects. Perhaps we need to get into that a little bit deeper. But one of the questions I would ask is who's asking for this ban to be lifted?
Well, the first groups are producers that have wanted to see the ban removed, or those who are producing the lightest of the crude oil, because that's being discounted the most, and the attractiveness of exporting that into the global markets is high. And so we've seen that coming from some of the independent producers in Texas.
Okay, well, I'm also curious, before I get to my last, I've got three or four questions here, but one would be is that back towards the tail end of the Bush administration, gas was selling at $1.85 a gallon. Now we went up to $3.50, $3.85, almost $4 for a regular. Is there an impact here on what caused that? Why did it go from $1.80? It doubled in price.
What, say that again, Congressman?
When gasoline prices at the pump were $1.85 under the Bush administration, what happened to take them up to double?
Well, the biggest thing for that, the overwhelmingly most important factor in gasoline pricing is what the price of crude oil is in the global markets. Next biggest thing after that is probably the different levels of taxation in different states. And
that hasn't changed much. Taxes haven't changed much. So is it
right?
Yeah. So with
but crude oil prices go up and down, and gasoline.
But crude's down now, what, $63 or something like this?
Yes,
OPEC.
sir.
And where was it?
It had been on average up over $100 a barrel.
I understand, but I haven't seen the price get back to where $1.85 yet. What's it going to take to get to $1.85?
Well, I think you might have been at $1.85 when prices were a lot lower, and when we had $40 oil, then I
okay, so that's fine. That's what your answer is. We need to, the crude has to get to about $40.
There is one other issue that I think is controversial, but I think if you look at it, you will find that the mandates for biofuels being mixed with gasoline, we've seen ethanol prices go up very high in some of those markets, and that's been a major contributor to the price of gasoline.
My last question, I have less than 2 minutes. I have a small boutique refinery in West Virginia, Ergon, and fills a niche in the marketplace. What could be the impact if the export ban were lifted? What would be the impact on Ergon? 22,000 barrels a day.
In your area, probably very little.
Because?
Those refiners out in the mid-continent where they have access to discounted WTI benchmark crude would see their costs go up.
Okay, I think they're starting to tap into the Utica shale gas now that they've shale gas, and then the Utica is where it's providing the petroleum, the crude that they're going to be able to tap into. So you're thinking Ergon would be not affected?
In your state, sir.
Well, they ship all over the country, but they're
right. But the question is, what would the cost of feedstocks into the refinery in West Virginia be? And I would suspect that it wouldn't change very much.
Okay. Thank you very much. I yield back balance of my time.